Welcome back, y'all. It's great to introduce Keenan Singleton, who joins us in studio for once instead of out in the field.
Yeah, Bonnie, it's really good to be in the studio for once. You know, I've been out there in the field a lot, checking out a lot of Bishop Montgomery basketball girls. Actually, they're really good to see them doing so well.
I know. I think they have Game 3 this week in the CIF playoffs. Since you were the field reporter, you know a lot about them.
Two of my favorite players on the team, Chelsea Aaron, unmovable on the defensive block. And then you have Devin Brookshire, who's just a sophomore, but she's an irresistible object on the offensive end. Talented duo for sure.
Such a young team. The sky's the limit for them. Speaking of another young team, from Torrance, pretty much the force in the Pioneer League was the North Boys Saxon basketball team. You went out to check them out. How were they?
You know, I asked Coach Dupron a penny for his thoughts before the game started, and he said quarters. The Saxons have reached the quarterfinals in each of their last 2 seasons. Could Torrance's top team in the Pioneer League make it back to the Elite 8? Let's take a look at the highlights.
The North Saxons, back in the postseason dance, and hoping to shoot the lights out in their first-round CIF matchup against Buena High. North's future appeared bright early on. This Elliott Morris steal and acrobatic finish at the rim helped put the Saxons up 19-11 after the first quarter. And how about another scene from the Elliott Morris show? The junior big once, twice, 3 times the effort, banking in this shot in the paint. Saxons up 23-20 midway through the second. Jump ahead to the third quarter. Saxons trying to make some headway in this tight one when they turn to guard Christian Hedlund, who makes back-to-back 3-pointers. North with the 45-42 lead. Desperation time, North down a point with less than a minute to play. Number 22, Darren Hechanova finds Chris Garcia, who heaves a 3-pointer somewhere just south of Canada. The game will go into overtime tied 65-all. Garcia's teardrop here will be one of joy as North advances with the 75-72 overtime victory over Buena. North, the Division III AA number 10 seed, back on the hardwood, hosting 7-seeded Arroyo Grande with the spot in the quarterfinals hanging in the balance. Early in the first, Darren Hechanova, a one-man highlight, goes behind the back, rebounds his own miss, and then sinks the J in the paint. Nick Valparaiso good from beyond NBA 3-point range, game tied at 8. And this alley-oop attempt by the Card twins wasn't in the cards, but the Reek cleans up his own mess and banks it in. North would go into the second quarter down 5 points, 21-16. Arroyo Grande not impressed with North's vaunted full-court press. The visitors up 10, headed into the second half. Grande's lead got even larger in the third quarter as North's defense continued to go south. The Saxon season slipping away, down 18 with 8 to play. Staring at a 7-point deficit with less than 2 to play, Chris Garcia goes for the steal, but instead gets called for the foul. His 5th and final of the game, and ultimately of the season. North bounced from the postseason, 72-63.
So North, unable to reach the quarters for the 3rd consecutive season with their 72-64 loss to Arroyo Grande in the second round of the playoffs. But their top 3 players, forward Elliott Morris and guards Chris Garcia and Darren Hechanova, all return next season. Bonnie, how about that Knights playoff run?
Isaiah Turner missed the first half of the season. He led the Knights with 11 points. Sharpshooter Tyler Harvey added in 10 points for Bishop's first-round victory. The postseason ended for Doug Mitchell and company in round 2 with a 7-point loss to La Habra down in Orange County. Guard Alfonso Lester paced the Knights with 12 points. Well, that'll just about do it for the young Bishop Montgomery basketball team.
Yeah, but they were able to reach the second round with 5 new starters, so I think they'll be back next year.
Well, speaking of Bishop Montgomery, Coach Arnold Arlay stepped down as the Bishop Montgomery head football coach. That means there's someone new on the block. What do you think's going on?
Yeah, Coach Ale was a great man and a great coach, but in 60 seconds I'll have the exclusive one-on-one interview with Bishop's new coach.
After this.